Hi, hello, welcome to the Consularship brought to you by the Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I will simply deliberate the findings for a channeled reading. We have a secure message. Let me check it right quick. Yeah, so something's ratcheting up. It seems like there was tongue-tied. It seems like there was a challenge with our own energy. There was also some kind of endeavor to really, the word is repress us by like an overbearing, dominating energy. And I don't feel it was successful because we moved into our own spot. So it might have been to wrestle us out of our own spot. Okay. There might have also been the right type of the word, or the type would be witch, witch. Another word would be priestess. Um, it's just meaning, are the powers from the light or the dark? Because the way the world, not the actual community, but the way the world uses that word witch, it means somebody who's a spirit witch, goes to that spirit and does a petition for that gift or ability. But actually, a lot of us are born with it. We woke up like this, right? Which we're actually a priestess, a healer, a seer, a shaman, an oracle, oracolo, right? A prophetess, a woman of prayer, a healer, curandera, So that's the difference between a priestess and a witch, is one of them got it from upstairs and the other one got it from downstairs. That's how it works, although a lot of people do witchcraft without even knowing it. For instance, gossip or lying or currying favor or lobbing attacks. So what I'm trying to say is there's a spot that's ours, okay? But the deity that aligns with our celestial and terrestrial sovereignty is also somewhat aligned with us. But I feel like it was some kind of unsanctioned, unauthorized union, maybe a priestess or a witch of that goddess that is supposed to assist us. We serve that goddess as a king or queen. This is actually talking about a role, a rank, a duty, and obligation. Emperor, that's what it means. Emperor and empress are both specific, but the emperor means duty, obligations. The empress means role and relationship to something. Okay, they both mean something, but the emperor is the role. I mean, the emperor is the duty, obligation. The empress is the role and relationship to that something. So something here has done some kind of soul union, soul tie, because there's this intention to manifest out of our energy, out of our divinity, out of our ranking, out of our spot, something of those lines, something of that nature. That's what I'm getting. Now we have the King of Pentacles, Strength card. I just heard La Forza, which is the Strength card, number 8, Otto. King of Pentacles, Strength card, 4 of Wands, Emperor. So somebody could have their Venus in Aries, Venus in the first house. We have King of Pentacles with the Hierophant. So somebody here could be a Leo rising, which is a Taurus North Node, or they could have the Sun in Taurus. It could be either or with the Strength card here. And I'm getting a lot of square and a lot of conjunct energy. So we have what's called an adversarial connection and a gift. I'm hearing that with that accent inflection. Okay, then Two of Wands, Four of Wands. So we have some strong Aries energy here. Mars and Aries are the first house. Venus in Aries or in the first house. We have Jupiter in Leo or in the fifth house. We have the King of Swords. So this is about some kind of rank, duty, obligation. It also can talk about authority. It also can talk about an administrator. And then King of Pentacles, Hierophant. What is these? It's mainly Sun in Taurus or Taurus midheaven, which would mean a Leo rising. So if there is a Leo rising, most likely there would be Jupiter in the first house here. Ooh la 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 la. So be free. So we might have broken free. I'm getting that because we couldn't be suppressed, repressed, oppressed, depressed. Now that doesn't happen with the Four of Wands. But when you see a four in the strength card, there is a desire or an attempt to suppress or repress. And it's two things. It's either over the weaker person or it's the woman doing it over to the man. And normally, I believe men are secondary creation. That's a very specific book of creation I'm referencing, but it's not a biased opinion. You don't have to take it as I say it anyways. But you know, since I'm matriarchal, I believe men serve, women rule. The power is vested in the feminine, commanded by the masculine. I believe that men are secondary and females are primary, and I don't believe that one is subservient to the other one. This is how the energy flows and how it's best utilized. It doesn't mean that one has an advantage that the other one hasn't. I'm saying that the energy works differently and they have different advantages, and they support each other. They're two sides of a spectrum, and one spectrum is an origin, and the another spectrum. You hear what I'm saying? So the King of Swords with the Emperor could also mean that there's a Capricorn here. Capricorn rising. We have Seven of Cups, Nine of. Okay, so something started to happen a couple days ago where something tried to suppress us, maybe get in the way of our love, or get in the way of our okay, I'm gonna hear this. God, get in the way of our God. Not a muscle man can tear me away from my God. Is that Sister Act? I love me some oldies, but I want to focus on this channel. Yeah, so we got a lot of Venus energy here too. We have Seven of Cups, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Cups. That's Venus, 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 Venus. With the Strength card, most people don't know this, but the Strength card is the Sun in Leo conjunct either the Moon, Saturn, or Venus in Leo. So you have the Sun conjunct either the Moon, Saturn, or Venus, all in Leo. Not it doesn't have to be all of those, but you have the Sun conjuncting one of those other. So that's what the Strength card is. Now I know zodiac wise it is Leo energy, but astrologically it's Sekhmet Priestess, which typically means Venus in the second, third, excuse me, which means Venus in the third, fourth, fifth house, or in the sign of Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Okay, Sekhmet Priestess. Or it could just be Moon, Venus, or Saturn in Leo or in those houses, third, fourth, fifth house. So we have it coming through, pulling through, pulling through. The Empress should come out here too with the way this energy is working. Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, Four of Cups. So something at the threshold here, we might have called it in. We're starting from this manifestation point and we're moving into this emotional fortitude, strength, courage, and wisdom. Between the two is establishing some type of system, structure, foundation with the Emperor card. It can be means, mechanisms, methodologies, theories, techniques, technologies with the Emperor card, or it could just be self-governance, self-mastery, taking command, taking responsibility, being accountable. It can talk about our role, our work. Queen of Swords, Five of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords. So if there's a Leo rising, there might be Saturn or Jupiter in that first house. Again, there could also just be Saturn in Leo or the fifth house. Saturn in Saturn in Leo or the fifth house. Jupiter in Leo or the fifth house. And since I was saying a Capricorn rising, that would mean in the eighth house for the Capricorn rising. And what else was to say? Okay, we definitely have a Leo rising here, Knight of Wands with the Strength card. But I also had one more rising sign. King of Swords plus the Emperor card means a Libra North Node, which is a Capricorn. Okay, so I said that. Okay, Queen of Swords with the Leo card means that we have a Leo midheaven, which means a Scorpio rising. So for a Scorpio rising, that would mean Saturn would be in the 10th house or Jupiter would be in the 10th house. And then, okay. And then we have a Queen and King of Pentacles here. Now, the baseline of this reading is King of Pentacles Strength card, Four of Wands Emperor. Again, I repeat for all those here, King of Pentacles Strength card, Four of Wands Emperor. That is the baseline of this reading. So we're starting out in this place where we're solidifying some kind of foundation, manifesting from the standpoint of some grand external commitment to material life in some way, leading towards the Strength card, which is emotional fortitude. It means strength, courage, and wisdom. Now, predicated upon this grand external commitment is some kind of system structure foundation. It's going by the book energy, Hierophant. It has to deal with status quo, policy, procedure, and protocol. And honestly, there's something about it that's been mistaken, misused, misjudged, misperceived. Now, I do feel like maybe a lot of energy has come our way trying to go the traditional route, and we do have the ability to handle things the traditional way, but there might be something about us that's a little bit ethereal, mystical. We end up having the courage of a lion, Seven of Swords with the Strength card. Literally, that's what it is. It's Mars in Leo. So we have all of them here. Five, six, seven of wands. That's all the Leo. So we could have Mars, Saturn, or Jupiter in Leo, or the fifth house, or depending on the rising sign, somewhere else. I named a few rising signs. I can't rattle them off again without going through this. For the Scorpio rising, Leo falls on the eighth house. For the Capricorn rising, wait, hold on. For the Scorpio rising, Leo falls on the 10th house. For the Capricorn rising, Leo falls on the eighth house. And that's about where we're at. Now we have a double seven here, so that is an alarm and alert. An alert. We have a double four, we have a double queen. We have a triple four. Uh-oh. So it's good here because the four of wands is present, but normally three fours means suppress, repress, oppress, depress. Here it means commitment, like moving in together. So it could mean moving into something formal or making something formal as well. Many would say it's stability, it's stability. Okay, because the four of wands is here, I'd say so. But it's a step past that. It's typically three fours. A triple four means moving in together. We have a pair of kings, a pair of queens. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So since the meaning is coming out a little bit difficult, but starting to make itself known, I just want to welcome you. If you're new, if you're returning, welcome back. Go ahead and smash that like button. Vertex of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering second messages from behind the veil. We will be deliberating the findings for any kind of love from Vibe About It Oracle. No, Pop of Love Oracle by Vibe About It Tarot. She's over on Etsy. We will be imposing the guidance from This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. She's over at Liminal 11 Publishing for this deck. Any type of correlative or corresponding energy will be deliberated through the Vita Sibilla Daily Oracle by Los Scarabeo, and any type of pairings energy will be deliberated through the minor arcana of the Cosmic Coven Tarot by Lillian Lazenby. She's over at Ripe Avocado for this deck. So we're just going to check on the pairings quite quickly, but the matches, which is love. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so rebuilding. So there's some distance between two mates here, and it doesn't have to be in a congenial or filial situation. They could be business partners, they could be. No, I'm hearing that song, I Believe I Could Fly. I'm not very fond of that song because they made me sing it during one of my school graduations. But you know, that was a very popular song back in the day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I can fly. I believe I can fly. Okay, family ties here. It typically means taking for granted or supporting each other. So there's some estrangement here. Rebuilding. We might need to be the one to reach out or be the one to walk away. Because we're in this summer situation where things are growing, things are picking up, and it's not that it's spring where things are really, really growing, things are really, really picking up. It's almost like we've reached peak fruitfulness. We need to conserve, or we need to ration, or we just need to be mindful. Also, at the end of summer is when we harvest. So a lot of people don't realize that, but we harvest in Virgo season. Virgo is the last month of summer. Libra begins the first season of fall. And this is, of course, for the Northern Hemisphere. I'm aware that some Australians be watching. I know there's other continents watching. I'm very familiar with the Australian. So we have Indians here too, and Malay. What I'm trying to say though is I'm hearing Malagasy. That's Madagascar. Okay, hi. Um, but the summer doesn't always mean like summertime. It, it can mean the archetype. So fruitfulness, peak, ripe, abundant, joy, hot. Not always in temperature. Can mean anger, can mean attractiveness. Now, what about these pairs, these pentacles? Regina Denari. Okay, these two cards, one card came back. So tumultuous lives here. So something's happening where we're needing to rebuild with something that was difficult to say. Somebody got caught up with gossip. The talking wasn't beneficial or helpful. Their mouth got whatever. I am an idiota. I spoke about our connection as if it was trivial. I did not respect the sanctity of our connection. Instead of keeping things between you and me, I allowed others to interfere. Unable to control, has an overwhelming need to share false or misleading information, overindulging, overconsumption of personal narratives that may or may not be true. Liova, Leone. Okay, why am I speaking? I went from speaking English to speaking Russian to speaking Italian to speaking Spanish. What is going on with this reading? Um, because it's saying there's some difficult differences here, but also that there's something not being said, not being spoken. Yeah, and I am hearing that. All the things all the things she said, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. But also there's like Us Against the World. They're not gonna get us. I'm hearing both those songs, and funnily enough, one of those songs I know in Russian. Nash Nagonya. And Nash Nagonya. It's Tattoo, T-A-T-U, the band. Okay, so Nash Nagonya and Nash Nagonya. Nash Nagonya. Okay, it's just in my head right now. So does it mean that somebody's out against us? Because there's the Five of Wands, which can mean a lot of, cooks in the kitchen, which could mean that there's just a lot of energy around, bottom feeders, kind of, especially with the Seven of Cups. It could mean like there's policing. So people doesn't want somebody else to come up. Somebody doesn't want us to leave, to get ahead of the group, to outpace them, to overshadow them. Somebody doesn't want us to, leave the situation behind, to move on, carry on. It's kind of like stay in your hometown, stay at the bottom of the bucket, don't shoot higher than your station kind of deal. It's almost like they're not going to get us. I'm getting police, honestly. So we're being respectability politicked, if that makes any sense. Power couple. So it seems glow up. So it seems like we're about to boss up, glow up, level up, grow up. And somebody can be flip-flopping between being status quo, listening to what their friends have to say, to like checking it out on their own. Um, because appearances were relevant for a little while, but I don't think it's serving them. And they're studying, going to college, getting that knowledge. It doesn't mean actually going to school, but they're going to some kind of formalized training. And I don't actually mean like formal. They could be systematically, methodically doing something too. Okay, I heard this rumor. Let me go make sure it's true. Okay, I'm going to trust this, but only after I verify. Okay, this was said. Let me test it twice or thrice to make sure that it's regular. Okay, science means the ability to predict the outcome. So, you know, I know science, Latin is a different root word, but um, we have here glowing up, acquiring knowledge, Capricorn, telepathic, great source of power. And honestly, McHonestly, it's describing something else that's going on, and this reading is like super expansive. We're going to have to extend this reading. There's no way around it. So there's a bit of an age difference or maturity difference here, but we're supposed to be in sync. And some energy was really overbearing that caused the separation. Okay, because there was some kind of fear, trigger, or adverse reaction. And this one party in this connection is now getting a little bit of self-love, meaning they're thinking about what it is that they want, who it is that they are, what it is that they feel, listening to their intuition, not having the voices, the Nellies, the flying monkeys, the cucarachas, the ratas, chickadee, and it's shifting the dynamic, and there's some kind of opposition because of it. Somebody I don't feel is intentionally doing magic, but I think their energy is so strong that it's still pushing its way around. Because at the precipice here is some kind of power struggle and also power couple, and it's actually not completely unawares. One or both of us know. I mean, we both know on a soul level we're communicating in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. And I'll be honest, if there's Scorpio energy here, somebody outside does see this, but they wouldn't admit it because they would lose the upper hand. It's easier to critique and find fault than it is to believe, have faith, and hope. So this is what it is because they don't want to lose some type of control leverage. Prideful, dismissive, rigid, cheap, stubborn, work obsessed, greedy, pessimistic. Okay, well, I don't know what that is. I hope you work that out. Nashne me konya, nashne me konya, nashne me konya. Yeah, so we're connected to the fact that there's explosions going on both sides of the aisle here. Because Four of Swords clarified by the Wheel of Fortune means that, okay, yes, there's a bit of a pause. We've been set down, essentially. But it has a point. It's kind of a little bit in God's hands. Now, it's because there's a lot of reaction, a lot of competition or haters around this affection that we're supposed to be receiving. And this person's heart is a little bit broken. Now, also, it can mean that this is our future self, kind of, where right now we're feeling a little bit rejected or the love isn't really moving anywhere. And we have to be a somewhat stoic. But honestly, really, we need to be more austere, meaning more discerning than stoic, meaning more cold. And there's some kind of door to open here. There's some kind of path to go down because love seems to be around every corner. I mean, we have the Page of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands. But wait, there's more. We have the Strength card. I said the Two of Wands, I really meant the Two of Cups. So we have like about half a dozen, Seven of Cups, yeah. Yeah, so we have half a dozen Venusian energies here. Now we have a karmic lesson to learn, Five of Wands. We need to get emotional strength. It might even be courage. I don't really feel that we're anxious because there's no, well, with the Five of Wands, maybe. It's not how it works to make it a reversal. It really feels like there's a karmic lesson, and it's part of the lesson is that it would appear to others like we're rejecting energy. Really, we don't recognize that we're on some kind of high ground and that we might be difficult to approach, maybe even scary, not ooga booga scary like devil, which also means overly powerful, but we have a power here that might have people expecting us. There might be some kind of adultification. That's not uncommon because I heard somewhere Saturn in the first house. Oh, baby, baby. Saturn in the first house can be one of the most helpful and painful placements ever. One thing that happens, and this is a psychology term, adultification. People will expect things from us before we're ready. Before we actually start exhibiting those behaviors, we may embody those behaviors early. We may also seem, older than our years. So people might expect us to be more mature just because we seem like it. They may expect us to be more regimented just because we appear to be organized or something like that. They may expect wisdom before we've actually had any time to gain the wisdom. So I'm trying to speak, but a lot of times people will want things from us that we didn't even know that we had to give. And they never was straight up asked. They would also expect that we knew because they would have assumed that we had been doing it all the time. It's a lot of misattribution happens with Saturn in the first house. A lot of misattribution happens also with Mercury in the first house. But with Mercury, it's always underestimated. With Saturn, it's overestimated. And it's worse to be overestimated because it's you let people down more. There's a lot of adjusting, and it could be a cold drink of water. It's easier if in the first couple of rounds you could be like, hey, we might have got something confused here. Let me be very clear. But oftentimes, people silently dismiss themselves. And, standing in the first house, we could be very stoic and get accustomed to that. It's the other part when we don't know that we've upset somebody or let somebody down or lost somebody's respect for something that could have easily been avoided, where number one, they had curiosity, investigation, examination, or where we had said, hey, let me manage expectations really quickly. I don't know if you're aware, you may be expecting something from me that I don't know about. You need to be direct and express what your needs are, your ideals and intentions, because I might not know otherwise. Even if you think it's obvious, things that are obvious need to be made obvious. Things that go without saying need to be said just once. Common sense is not that common. You can hold me accountable to things you make me accountable for. It only takes but one time to set expectations with me, and then I'll know for certain going forward. But until then, consider me unaware. I know this is abnormal and abstract, but this is the nature of Saturn in the first house. Misattribution, Mercury as well. But again, overestimation versus underestimation. Anything in the first house, people will assume about. So Saturn in the first house, people will assume more mature. And the thing about Saturn is it also comes with duty, obligation, role, responsibility, all these things. They'll also assume from our affect that we don't have feelings or that our feelings aren't hurt, that we don't care or that we didn't notice something. It might also make us appear to be cold. And I don't mean cold as in cruel, callous, just unmovable, like nothing's getting a reaction, like cold-blooded. Meaning like it's something that would upset somebody else and make them cry or argue or curse or complain. Us, we might be like, fascinating, interesting. And then we go home and journal about it. Meanwhile, this other person is caught a case. It's all of that energy goes in Saturn in the first house. That's very strong here, but there's also Mars in the first house. So they could assume that we're tougher than we look, that we take action when we don't. They could assume that we're masculine when we're not. This comes with everything, excuse me, but we do have a queer contingent, so they could be assuming that there's top energy, daddy energy, dom energy, active energy, manly energy, forward energy, active energy, emperor energy, masculine energy. They could be assuming all these things that really are truly, genuinely not the first thing on our mind. Now, we could possess those qualities but have never used them and not known that that was the expectation. Or we might just be exploring those things. We might not have developed those things. So God put that out there. Okay, okay. It's a conflict. There's a karmic lesson here. Five of Wands. Now it's beneficial, but also right now we're on the wheel of misfortune. We could miss an opportunity. We could miss a window of chance here. It would appear that things are getting rejected or they're at a standstill, at a stasis, and it's love, union, communion, connection, Two of Cups. Some energy here is preparing to move on, move forward. Okay, I'm hearing a narrative, so this is definitely love. The narrative that I heard was, I hate that shish with a passion. Please stop doing that. So, and it was around an assumption. The message was, you got to be direct, just shoot straight. So, um, take it as it resonates, because l'imperatore, the emperor here, I'm hearing another song. There's a little bit of you and me, a little bit of me and everything. That's from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Um, I forget her name, but it's her arch nemesis during high school. It starts with a P. Now we're connected to somebody. It's confirmed. We have the Four of Wands. There's a union, communion, partnership here. With the Two of Cups, there's a union here. It should be ratcheting up, but right now we're strange. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. We're strange when we should be in a union, making some kind of connection solid. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. And the onus is on our side. Five of Wands. We really need to be the one to learn whatever lesson this is. We might need to speak up, do some fact finding, and I would advise not going and being like, hey, let me take you to task, let me rattle off all these rules and regulations. It's just really more like, hey, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Can I gain some clarity from you? Is there anything I need to know? Is there something you're wanting or expecting from me? It might be obvious, but you might need to say it to my face. Hey, I'm a little slow. That's not the best way to say it. I mean, me personally, that's not my style, and that wouldn't work with me. But like, um, hey, I'm a bit of a late bloomer. I'm a little unexperienced. It might not seem like that, but sometimes I miss a lot. That would be more my speed. Does that make sense? That in your own style, something that feels organic and natural, so the conversation keeps moving. Don't use a technique or a strategy or a tactic or an operandi or some type of, agenda. But that would be next steps here to do some soul searching and fact finding. Soul searching internally, fact finding externally, because there's a karmic lesson on our end. And right now, it's bringing a little bit of misfortune when this should be a window of opportunity. Now, frankly, I feel like this other side is dating and they've just turned a little cold to us because they were affectionate and loving and it doesn't appear to go anywhere. And they're healing from something because they appear to be rejected. They're healing from something. Four of Swords, when formerly they were affectionate towards us, Page of Cups, they've had to turn a little cold, Queen of Swords, because they came back towards us a few times, Knight of Wands, and they didn't really go anywhere. They might have even been rejected. Four of Cups. There was love here, Two of Cups, and there was an opportunity, Ace of Wands. They literally waved a banner saying, hey, it's time, Six of Wands. They wanted to get this off the ground, Four of Wands. They were on the same page with us, feeling connected to us. I just heard something deep. Okay, ooh, okay, let me, I'm shook. Uh, okay, yeah, so that's a little bit too specific. I'm gonna tell you just because I'm your girl, but what? So this person ran back to somebody that they were crushing on because they get attention from this person, but in a previous lifetime, the person that we're connected to and the person that they're crushing on, the ancestry were not kind to each other. You know how that story goes. When there's blood in the soil, I'm going to leave it right there. So, in this lifetime, whatever type of congeniality is between the two is reparative for all those subsequent and predecessor. Do you understand? So, it may even be a situation. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, when a lamb and a lion get together, what happens? Okay, it might have even been a situation where it was a lamb and lion in a human form in a previous life. Okay, um, I totally get the attraction of. Okay, so there we go. Um, yeah, but the divine is holding this door open for us, but we've got to put energy into this karmic lesson so that the universe continues to help us out because there's something about both of us here that's very special. So, yes, we'll get a second chance because we're special, but they're also special too. We can't disregard, diminish, dilute, distort, disown, dismiss this opportunity, this person, this energy, or this karmic lesson. As long as we're taking massive action to the best of our ability, and remember, I'm saying Saturn in the first house, there's sometimes that energy of being misattributed where they expect more from us than we're ready to give because of our experience level, but we would appear to be very experienced, where there's this overestimation, where there's this common result of disappointing or letting people down. Well, see, I called it. It's in this lifetime, they're not going to connect the crush, and we don't need to talk about it. But I'm just, see, the thing is I'm tuning into specific timelines and I'm getting narratives here, and it's all love. The angels and the divine have already ordained us to be in this union with this person, but we need to rise to the occasion, handle up on our duty. Because this other person has won, but they don't know it. They don't know that we choose them. Okay, what is going on with my foot? Itch. That's a good sign, but I'd rather my left foot itch. It means I'm receiving something. My right foot is itching, which means there's either expenditures or I'm given the juice, the tea. So yeah, let's move on because I spent enough time with this read down. Correspondence here. Well, the Four of Wands with the Emperor for sure. Yeah, disgrazia. We have some duty, obligation that we need to handle up on, and it's coming. And we do feel like we didn't handle something right. But hold on, because okay, I don't know how to say that out loud. I'm getting Romanian, Albanian. I know that's much different. I know that's much different. Some people would be offended by that. Um, but I said that Bulgarian, Romanian, Albanian. I know those are much different. I'm not a stupid Westerner. Um, Romania is what I'm hearing. That might be the interloper, the third party, who's really just been given a chance. They're not able to close, so don't worry. Um, because this person that we're connected to, they fish for attention when they're around us, and we're not biting. But there might be something about us that's really refined, or we might not do the regular things, or we might not have ever. The thing about Saturn in the first house, it gives us a little bit of old man vibes. So the things that the young kids like, we don't like them, even if we're also young too. It doesn't matter about the age. It just means that our behavior, our mannerisms is a couple generations before us. So if we were born in the 80s, we act like somebody born in the 60s or 70s. Does that make sense? Or vis-a-vis, if we were born in the 20 aughts, then we act like somebody born in the late 90s. We missed a window and it was a very precious one and it's coming back around again, but we need to be working on ourselves or we're going to miss out on this completely. King of Pentacles, Hierophant. What is this Taurus energy? Yeah, so this is because this person wants to make house and they kind of distracted themselves with bed pleasures because they needed to be loved up and you know, I guess they have emotions like everybody does. I get that, but like they didn't have the space with us to come and share how they were feeling. But it didn't really work out if that is what happened, which isn't for everyone. They wanted to go somewhere where it was easier. Okay, but hey, if you get an idea and then if something gets shaky, I don't get why people don't say things out loud. That doesn't make any sense to me. That I just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, I get that there's reasons, trust me, I have training, I understand, but I just still, and it's not my temperament, I don't get it. I can understand it, but I don't get it. Okay, so we have all this Leo energy here. So we have Leo with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so strength, courage of a lion, maybe we're ready. We have Sacerdote here, Bambino la Mica. There's eyes on this. People are watching to see if we make a move. Five of Wands with the Strength card. What is that? That's grabbing the bull by the horns. Yeah, a message is coming. And it's that somebody has feelings. They're hiding their feelings. Six of Wands with the Leo card. What is this? It's a divine assist because there's love. Yeah, it's this love. It just occurs to you feel good when I heard. So somebody feels like we're bringing in through the ruler, through the ringer, and that they're stuck feeling that they need to get over us because we're a dud or we got them feeling some kind of way and we didn't do nothing about it or I don't understand. This is some love-ish. That's what this is. That's what this is. So let's see here. The Queen and King, there's a creative new beginning. And so I think it's got to get together through having some fun. Oh, I didn't even read that down. Yes, there's going to be another conflict later on down the road because somebody's going to want to move too quickly, but that's easy to tackle. This one is making each other feel ignored because somebody's not even making a move. That's harder to tackle. So there is some kind of estrangement, and it's an active wound. There's been pain because something backfired, and um, we're suspended in animation here. Something's not moving. But this pair of twos, yeah, we're kind of going about things in different ways, but we want the same thing. So it's better just get on the same page. Somebody's trying to attend to the situation or turn the situation around, but really, we're wounded too. What's with this triple four? Usually talks about some type of commitment moving in together. Ace of Wands. Yeah, so they want to date King of Cups, and we want a union. We want to know that, hey, we're together, we're in a relationship. What's this pair of sixes? Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Page of Wands. Okay, so that's a meeting of the minds, sharing of information, studenti. Okay, and then we have Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords. So um, that's some type of transition. It's either going to be a cancellation or an illumination about some kind of commitment, and something's coming back. Knight of Wands is the returner. What's with this pair of kings? Some messages of affection here. There's a union. Page of Pentacles too. There's a union. What's with this pair of queens? Seven of Swords. Something here is hidden in plain sight. We need cunning strategy, tactic. We have a triple seven here. So there's an alarm. There's feelings of affection here. We got to extend this reading. The link will be in the show notes. Just a quick prayer for all those not coming to the extended reading. Lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, trapped in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the splendid grace of the divine, unconditional, loving, universal oneness, Anapana. We love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandavat, and ashe. As always, Virtues of Abundance is the Galactic Temple of Ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today, and I brought you this reading about a couple here that's in a healing space from a trauma. There's a karmic lesson on one side and there's a wound being carried on the other side. There's been a miscommunication and misattribution, mislabeling, misjudging, misperceiving, definitely with the Five of Wands and the Strength card and the Seven of Cups. So I'm going to figure out more about these couples, what each side wants, what they're going through in detail, why this person feels in union with us and why we're being outcast is what I'm seeing here. Um, and I'll see you in the next one. Take good care. The link will be in the show notes. Bye bye.